Sim Update 10 is scheduled to have some long-awaited fixes and brand new content for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The latest development update then goes into some detail and has a brand new feedback snapshot. So let's jump in and take a look at all the new details. Now, as some of you may already be aware, the update, Sim Update 10, has been delayed somewhat. It's been moved from July, its original position, back to August. Now, this has been done to try and give more room for testing. The previous Sim updates have brought with them a number of problems for the game, including stuttering and other such problems, some of which you can see in the footage on the screen right here. There's some stuttering going on here that wasn't apparent in the previous updates. The delay then should hopefully avoid the problems that come with Sim Update 9. Fingers crossed. Now, Sim Update 10, this is going to have some bush trip fixes. I know many of you have been wanting that. I've been wanting that myself. There's been the problem with progress not being saved between bush trips. Hopefully then, Asobo are finally on top of that. On the screen right now, you can see the wish list for active development dated 9th of June 2022. So this is the latest active development list. At the top, we can see the first bullet point here, implement weather and terrain APIs. Now this is basically about allowing third-party developers access to the terrain information and weather information inside Microsoft Flight Simulator. So what is that all about? What does that mean? Microsoft finally opening up the weather to allow third parties to manipulate and change it? Well, unfortunately not. This is something a little different. So to use Microsoft words here, it will allow WASM modules to request customized bitmaps showing the terrain and weather around the user's aircraft. The tool then to help third-party developers refine and further develop their own aircraft. Now, Sim Update 10 is also coming with some DirectX 12 improvements, but it does say here this is Sim Update 10 Plus, so this won't be the final implementation of DirectX 12, but rather a further step towards that ultimate goal. Stability, memory allocation, and overall optimization improvements are ongoing, they say. Yes, that is something that is very much needed when it comes to DirectX 12, which still isn't unfortunately working all that well. Many of you who are wondering about that, DirectX 12 is available as an option in the graphics menu. You can basically switch between DirectX 12 or DirectX 11, so you may want to test it out, but be aware it's not a great implementation just yet. Microsoft and Asobo are very much working on this. Cloud layer improvements. These are also something coming in the Sim Update 10. They say fine-tuning of the cloud layer system to be more precise and incremental is ongoing. Now, as we've said before, clouds have definitely changed over the previous iterations of Microsoft Flight Simulator. There was what people felt was quite a big change around Sim Update 5 that coincided with the release on Xbox. But that said, it does feel as though clouds are starting to improve yet again and hopefully are on their way to returning to their original brilliance. Now, DLSS, NVIDIA's rather amazing AI upscaling technology. This is coming to Sim Update 10, it looks to be confirmed right here. Now, this is good news because I think really there's been a little bit of doubt about this as to whether or not it would arrive in Sim Update 10. In the recent Q&As, the developers didn't seem entirely sure. There was a few hurdles left that they wanted to overcome, so hopefully it looks as though they may have achieved that. No news here though on AMD FSR. That's something that is also on the way, but maybe not for Sim Update 10. At least it's not showing right here. WASM support has been confirmed for Sim Update 10 for the Xbox. This will finally allow for a wider range of third-party add-ons for the Xbox platform, so yep, very much looking forward to that. There's a huge number of third-party add-ons that haven't yet made it to the Xbox. Some of this is simply because the developer doesn't want to release them on there for various reasons, but some of it is because of the aforementioned problem there, the lack of WASM support, so looking like that is on the way to being fixed. So that covers most of the fixes and content Microsoft have so far announced and mentioned for Sim Update 10. There are a bunch of other things here that I want to briefly mention as they're a bit of an issue for the Sim overall. For example, right here, the massive frame rate drop because of Sim Update 9. I mentioned that right at the start of the video, and you can see that in some of the footage that I've been showing on the screen. This has been captured from my recent play sessions. So Sim Update 9 has largely caused this for many different people all across a variety of different systems. Microsoft say that this is currently under investigation, so looking like it's not going to be fixed for Sim Update 10. There might be some other rather significant issues going on there. A bit of a problem really, because this FPS issue is something that just keeps cropping up. Some updates seem to fix it and make it better, then another update comes along and makes it worse once again. So yeah, currently under investigation as of right now. So still on that note, and looking further down this list, it does look as though there's quite a few performance related issues. For example, low FPS on ground since Sim Update 9, severe stutters and crashes to desktop from the menus on the Xbox Series X. There's also some performance degradation related to clouds that started with Sim Update 9, so all of these are under investigation, and it certainly seems there's quite a lot of performance related issues. And although, as I mentioned early on, we do have those stutters you're seeing in the footage right here, I'm experienced some of that. I haven't experienced anywhere near as many problems as the list here seems to imply. If you are seeing issues yourself though, I'd love to hear from you, so do let me know in the comments section below. Has Sim Update 9 caused you any problems, and if so, which platform are you running on? Are you using PC or Xbox? I'd love to hear from you regarding that. Another issue here is the Microsoft Flight Simulator application error, and this is where it says memory could not be read. You'd be right if you feel this is rather ominous sounding, as it's resulting in crash to desktops quite often. Again, this is an issue that's still under investigation, so no fix for this just yet. In fact, there's a whole lot of things under investigation right here. You can see them listed on the screen right now. I'm not sure if we should mention all of these because there is a lot, but it's worth talking through some of them because basically it does let us know that Microsoft and Asobo are aware of the issues that many people are noticing. It also means that they are looking at them, so a fix may be on the way at some point in the not too distant future. A very good example of this then is World Update 9. This one was for Italy, brought a lot of new terrain updates to Italy, some points of interest, as well as a whole bunch of photogrammetry cities. Now anyone who spent any time flying over those cities will have noticed that the photogrammetry itself is very nice. The cities look absolutely fantastic. But there is a rather significant problem. There's far too many trees. In fact, many of the cities are absolutely covered with them. Trees cropping up in roads, in small little gardens, pretty much all over the place. And often they look a bit too oversized. This again is something that Microsoft have listed as under investigation, so it's not something that looks to be having an immediate fix, but something rather that will hopefully have a fix slightly further down the line. Overall then, quite a few significant issues here, but not all entirely bad news here, because at least these are being acknowledged and are under investigation for some fixes later on. In good news, there is some progress being made quite a bit by the looks of it on helicopters. Helicopters are a must. This is what people have requested for a very long time now. I think you'll remember right back since pretty much day one from the original launch. You're probably well aware at this point that helicopters are planned for the fourth quarter of this year. Microsoft say that good progress overall on helicopters, and lots of display and debug tools are being added to tune the experience. Now gliders is also something coming in the fourth quarter of this year. Progress is being made on this as well. Here's Microsoft words for that. Basic gameplay blocks for gliders are now implemented. This includes tow plane, winch launch, auto ballast management, updrafts and thermals, and these require fine tuning. On a further note here, World Update 10. This is due to release on Tuesday, that's the 15th of June. As yet, we don't know what this update actually is. And this is the first time we don't know what a World Update is going to be. Usually Microsoft announce them well in advance. This time, it seems they're saving that announcement for the Microsoft and Bethesda showcase, which is taking place this Sunday. So that's the 12th of June. If you want to find out all about that, then it might well be worth checking out that showcase. If not, we'll be back next week with another video to detail exactly what all that is all about. That then brings us to an end of this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.